So are fursuits mascot costumes? If I had to answer that in one word, I would say no. But if I had to elaborate, I would say that although fursuits aren't mascot costumes, the initial fursuit creators of the furry fandom probably took inspiration from mascot costumes. So that is what I've researched for this video, and hopefully you enjoy. So the reason why I even bring So the reason why I've brought mascot costumes into this is because at first, when the furry fandom was pretty young, fursuits were made of cheap materials such as, felt and other fabrics and some foam rubber, some other materials such as plastic, wire, and sometimes even cardboard, believe it or not, to hold it all together. Because of the research that I've done, it seems that the companies which create these mascot costumes tend to use less expensive materials than current fursuit makers, which is very similar to what happened at the start of the furry fandom when fursuit making was only just, starting off. So, the time frame that I'm talking about here is like pre-1990s, and you're gonna have to bear with me here because I don't know how to pronounce this word, but there was very limited access to faux fur, and there wasn't any dedicated suppliers as there are now to get this, which is a very common material used in fursuits. But this wasn't really a problem at the time because at Conference Zero, which was that furry convention in 1989, most furries kind of just wore these plastic ears and tails, maybe some wire in it, but that was pretty much the limit of furry craftsmanship at that point. Luckily though, around the 1990s, it looks like fursuit supplies tended to become more available with the rise of the internet, and that is also when faux fur started to become way more available to, the average consumer. Which is when fursuit makers then got the opportunity to use this new durable material which is very, very similar to fur. And unsurprisingly, fursuit makers then used this opportunity of the internet growing to publish tips and make stores where people could commission custom fursuits far easier than ever before. But similar to today, fursuits took an extremely long amount of time to make, as they are one-of-a-kind pieces of wearable art. So in the early 2000s, to make it easier, more breathable, more lightweight, foam sculpting became very, very popular among fursuit makers. And almost exactly after that happened, not even 10 years later, fursuit makers started to innovate even further. Especially with protogens, they started to make modular fursuits with LEDs in them, animated/electronics in fursuits, which is actually very useful, such as, fans, microphones. Some even have moving parts now, like moving tails, which is kind of cool. Fursuits which are made of sustainable or recycled materials even. And of course, blending of species or just mixed species fursuits, which I'm pretty sure actually started to become a thing after people started to experiment with them in fursuits. And during this innovation period, it actually caused a furry to make a cooling vest which made its way into the US military. And as you can see to my left, there's actually a full article about that if you want to read on about it. But overall, fursuits have changed a lot over time with new cool designs, inventions, and just generally innovation. And it's caused positive changes for both furries and the public, including the military obviously, and cosplayers and other communities. So I hope all of this information is accurate. If it's not, feel free to correct me, leave some video ideas in the comments, and I hope you all enjoyed.